is going to be a bit of a bonus question to talk about how we can use parallax to get the distance to a nearby star. So basically the way parallax works is, the verbal explanation is that we use two measurements to get the parallax angle. So we, number one, observe the star in the sky. So we're here in June, we see the star, and then two, observe it 6 months later. And what we'll notice is that it seems to shift. So here it looks like it's a little bit, so if I'm standing right here, it looks like it's to my left. And if I stand here, the star hasn't changed, but it looks like now it's more to my right. When I look at it from this vantage point. And so this shift in the star's position, and it's an apparent shift, it's not a real shift, it's just based on the fact that we're in different places relative to the sun. Let us get the parallax angle. And then what we can do is we can do some trigs. So I know that this is 1 AU of distance from the Earth to the sun, and I know that this is the distance to the star I'm trying to calculate. So I can use SOHCAHTOA and say 1 AU over the distance equals the tangent of the parallax angle. And so my distance ends up being 1 AU divided by the tangent of the parallax angle. And that's the formula that I use to get the distance to a star. So again, this is going to be a couple of points of extra credit. It's not something that I would hold you to. So this is the first part of the extra credit. And the second part is, why does the moon seem to follow us when we drive a car at night? Simply put, it's so far away and so big that it's always in view. And we don't move far enough to escape its light. So it's sort of like it's this huge object, and we're on the Earth, and it's this is a bad illustration, but the idea is that it's this really huge object. And so when we're on the Earth, and I go from here, to a few miles here, relative to the moon, it's almost like I've barely moved at all. It's moving far enough to escape its light, because relative to the moon, we've just barely moved. And so it just seems to follow us. All right. So that's the parallax bonus question. And then we'll move on to Kepler's laws and finish up the practice test in the last video.